He said he's supposed to be testing 2 times a week. He said he tested back to back.
You were supposed to be testing 2 times per week.
2 weeks ago?
You were supposed to be testing 2 times per week.
I tested back to back.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Okay, but
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no.
you're testing 2 times per week.
I tested back to back.
He said he tested back to back. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? He tested back to back.
2 weeks ago?
You were supposed to be testing 2 times per week.
I tested back to back.
Boy, ain't no fucking.
I've never heard anything that funny. I've never heard anything that funny. He tested back to back. Oh my god. Oh my god. That means that the judge told him to test 2 times a week. So that means that on Monday you need to do a test. On Friday you need to do a test because he's checking to make sure if you've been drinking. So on Monday you need to take a test. On Friday you need to take a test. He took 2 tests on Monday. He took 2 tests on Monday. Mommy, look, the judge, he said, because he's not supposed to be drinking, so the judge said, every week you got to take 2 tests every week. So that if he take a test on, because he's not supposed to be smoking, if you smoke weed, it's going to be in your system for like 2 weeks. So if he tests on Monday, right? And then if he tests on Friday, let's say if he tests on Monday, but then he smoked on after his test, right? If he tests again on Friday, they're going to see it in his blood, right? They're going to see it, right? Because it stays in your bloodstream for a week, right? So then what he did was he took 2 tests on Monday so he could smoke the rest of the week. The back to back, yeah.
I tested back to back.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Okay, but have you tested this week?
I've never heard anything so funny.
I tested back.
You were supposed to be testing 2 times per week.
I tested back to back.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way.
Okay, but have you tested this week?
No, sir.
I beg your pardon. I don't think so.
He says the back to back. That's gotta be the funniest thing I ever heard.
So last time you tested,
2 weeks ago.
you were supposed to be testing 2 times per week.
I tested back to back.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Okay, but have you tested this week?
No, sir.
I beg your pardon. I don't think so, pal.
I think that's the funniest thing I ever heard.
You were supposed to be testing 2 times per week.
I tested back. I tested back.
There ain't no fucking way, bro. There ain't no way, bro.
Okay, have you tested this week?
He tested back to
No,
back.
sir.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
He tested back to back.
Motherfucker said back to back. You tested back to back. Oh, my apologies. You supposed to be getting tested weekly. Nah, I did it twice 2 weeks ago. So
Let me see this.
week. Oh, you dumb. Weekly.
He said,
Every time you tested.
he said,
2 weeks ago.
You were supposed to be testing 2 times per week.
I tested back. I tested back to back.
There ain't no fucking way, bro. There ain't no way, bro.
Okay, but have you tested this week?
he thought that sounded good. he thought that sounded
There
good.
ain't no fucking way, bro.
I did a double test. I tested 2 times at the same time.
This week?
No, sir.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. I don't think so, pal.
Look,
I tested back.
You were
look, the funniest thing is, hold on, look, this is funny too, look, is that this guy, what he does is, look, this guy, hold on, what does that even mean? You can't test back to back. Wait, you
There ain't
did
no
2
fucking
tests?
way, bro. There ain't no way, bro.
Look, even the judge has to think about it.
2 weeks ago.
I seen this video before and I didn't notice he said that. I didn't hear him say that. He tested back to back. I seen this video before.
You were supposed to be testing.
This is one of the funniest videos on the internet.
I tested back. I tested back to back.
There ain't no fucking way, bro. There ain't no way, bro.
Okay, but have you tested this week?
Look, even the judge was like, what? He was like, okay. Okay, you tested back to back, okay? But have you tested this week?
Okay, but have you tested this week?
No, sir.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. I don't think so.
No, sir. 2 weeks
Listen to
ago.
the person say,
You were supposed to be testing.
listen to the person that he gonna do a audio is gonna say, ain't no fucking way, boy. Ain't no fucking way he should have said that. Ain't no way he just said that. It's impossible.
I tested back. I tested back to back.
There ain't no fucking way, bro. There ain't no way, bro.
Okay, but have you tested this week?
No, sir.
I beg your
They told him he got to take 2 tests every week, but they didn't tell him when he got to take the 2 tests. So he took 1 test and then he took 2 tests on Monday at the same time. So then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday he can smoke. Because if he take a test on Monday and then he smoke Tuesday, and he take another test on Friday, he gonna fail that test. So then he take 2 tests on the same day so he can smoke for the rest of the week. And they didn't tell him that. They probably didn't tell him that you gotta space it out.
There ain't no fucking way, bro. There ain't no way, bro.
Okay, but have you tested this week?
No, sir.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. I don't think so.